It's a new year, so you know what that means. New year, new me. 2025 was a roller coaster of the year, but 2026 is going to be our year, is what you might say if the new year held some magical properties that a lot of people believe it does. But the truth is, the new year really is just a symbolic opportunity to reflect on what went well, what could have gone better throughout the past year. So here are 25 reflections and lessons from 2025 that I thought were worth taking into the new year. Number one, your mind and body are deeply intertwined, whether you like it or not. Taking care of your physical health is mental health, and vice versa. If you don't learn to relieve your stress, it's going to come out of your body physically. Number two, deep work wins over multitasking every single time. If you're trying to do a whole bunch of different tasks and you want to be productive, actually sitting down and doing things one step at a time, focused, scheduled, and structured, is going to be way more productive and way more effective in both quality and quantity than just trying to do 100 different things at once. We feel more productive sometimes when we're multitasking, but we're not actually getting the same quantity or quality of work done. Number three, action is the antidote to anxiety. This can be a little bit of a complicated one because anxiety forces us back into our own mind to ruminate, to not take action. But the moment we make a choice, we're showing the anxiety that it wasn't that scary to begin with. Number four, relationships are supposed to recharge you. If you're constantly around people that are draining you, it may be time to really evaluate those relationships. Constantly arguing and fighting and never really feeling like these relationships are helping your own personal growth or helping your own personal peace is really a detriment to yourself. Number five, emotions follow actions, not the other way around. A lot of times we want to wait till we feel like doing something, but this is the opposite of how it actually works. We take action first and our emotions follow. Number six, running around outside is just as important for adults as it is for kids. A lot of times as adults, we get really serious. We get in business mode and we forget that it's still important to do things we enjoy and play and sometimes just run around outside and be a little carefree. Number seven, good sleep is non-negotiable. A lot of times we're talking about hustling, grinding. We want to get better in life. We want to achieve. We want to do things, but this is impossible if we're constantly burning the candle at both ends and we're not able to recharge ourselves. We can be so much more effective in whatever our goals are in our life if we get quality sleep. Never mind down the line, the emotional health, the cognitive, the physical health benefits that come from a good night's sleep and the detriments that come from not getting a good night's sleep. Number eight, but when you are tired and you're not able to get a good night's sleep, do it anyways. There is a ton of value in being able to push ourselves when we don't feel like doing it. This is what creates discipline. And oftentimes the tired days are the hardest days to push ourselves. Number nine, we don't realize how much time worrying steals from us. Worrying and anxiety is one of the biggest thieves of joy. And the more we're able to recognize, okay, if I can only make a decision, I can save myself so much time. I heard a great quote once about worrying that really stuck with me. There are two things to worry about in life. Things that you can do something about and things that you cannot do something about. The things that you can do something about, well, you can do something about them. So do something about them and don't worry. And the things that you can't do something about, well, you can't do anything about them anyway. So don't worry about it. Easier said than done. But the more we cut down on worrying, we can save ourselves a tremendous amount of emotional and mental strain and really free up so much more time. Number 10, exercise is a fundamental pillar of mental health. We talk about meditating, we talk about therapy, we talk about journaling, we talk about all these things. But one of the core principles of having good mental health is being able to move around and physically express our stress, physically express our emotions. And there's nothing that does that quite like a good workout. So get out there in the new year and lift something heavy. Number 11, structuring and scheduling your day frees your mind. Having a good routine, having good structures in your life frees up so much mental energy because we don't realize how much energy it takes to just ad-lib our days and just take it one step at a time. Having your plan that you're going to do and trying to follow it as much as possible. It doesn't need to be like a military timetable minute by minute, but having a general idea of how you're going to spend your days, even sometimes your free days, can free up so much mental space. Number 12, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither are your habits or goals. The whole idea of habits and goals is that we become consistent in our life. We become a different person, not because of what we achieve, but the journey that we take along the way in order to achieve our goals. So the same way, if you're looking to build something great, it's going to take time. Number 13, your daily actions create your self-perception. What you do every day, how you live your life, sends signals back to your brain to look at yourself a certain way. The same way we're constantly learning and evaluating our environment around us, we're constantly learning and evaluating what's going on in here and what we're actually doing. So if you're true to your own word and you're consistent with yourself, then you're going to learn to trust yourself more. Number 14, a good workout can reset your entire day. If you're stressed, if you're feeling low energy, if you're feeling fatigued, and your mind's all over the place, sometimes just stopping, hitting a punching bag for a few minutes, dropping and doing a few push-ups, pushing ourselves physically can help to reset our mind on some of the hardest days. Number 15, nature is one of the greatest healers that we have. It is so important, even if you're living in the middle of the city, to try to schedule as much time in nature as possible. Feel it, hear it, see it, smell it, experience it. Because there is something tremendously healing and calming about connecting to our roots. Number 16, your choice of food is your choice of fuel for your body. I'm sure you've heard of the metaphor of, okay, your body's a machine and the food you put into it is fuel, but it's absolutely true. If you're eating well, you'll find that you perform well. If you eat well, oftentimes you can feel better. It can regulate your emotions. It can regulate your thoughts. So eating right is absolutely a priority. Number 17, finding one thing throughout the day to smile about can recenter you. On the hardest days, our mind's going a million miles a minute, and we're constantly focused on, I need to solve this problem. I need to solve that problem. I have so much I need to do. But finding one thing just to take a step back and find something to smile about, recognize something positive to recenter yourself. This isn't going to be simple, but it's one of the most effective grounding tools that you can use. Number 18, your mornings are a microcosm of your day. If you engineer them well, the whole entire day will flow smoother. A lot of times our mornings set the tone for the day. If we wake up in the morning and we're scrolling on our phone and we're already frying our dopamine receptors and we're looking for short-term gratification and we're not able to focus, well, of course it's going to be harder to get back on track the rest of the day. This is why having a solid morning routine, it doesn't need to be anything elaborate, but just having a consistent routine, putting your phone away for the first hour of the day, trying to get morning sunlight, doing all these things is going to be tremendously important for making the rest of your day flow smoother. Number 19, becoming comfortable with trying and failing is going to teach you way more than just getting it right the first time. The country and probably the world is going through a mental health epidemic. Anxiety is running rampant and we become so risk averse in a lot of ways. We want to take the safe route in every single time. And while obviously you should be calculated and take appropriate risks, it's important to push ourselves sometimes and try new things because you'll never truly know where you can reach unless you try. Number 20, the outdoors should be enjoyed in every single season. It may not be as easy to enjoy the outdoors in winter as it is during the summer, but it doesn't make it any less important. It's so important for us to connect with nature, for us to be in a state of peace and calm, even if we need to bundle up, even if we need to put on a raincoat during the summer, but it's so important for us just to get outside. It is grounding, it is stress relieving, and it allows us to gain new perspective on life. Number 21, your past may explain you, but it doesn't define your future. This is an important point because a lot of times we get bogged down in what happened the past year, who I've been, what I've done. And in a lot of ways, it's important to grow and reflect and learn from the past. But constantly viewing ourselves as our past version, as our past identity, doesn't give us the opportunity to grow. You have the choice of who you want to be going forward, and it's up to you to make that happen. Number 22, how you treat yourself changes how you feel about yourself. Proper grooming, proper dress will psychologically change how you feel about yourself. Taking care of facial hair, dressing well, doing all these things sends signals to your brain of who you are. Everyone knows the day after you get a new haircut, you're feeling great. You want to be out there. All of a sudden, maybe you're more social, maybe you're more confident. And it's the same thing. We can do small things every day. We can take care of our grooming. We can be purposeful with how we're dressing. And doing these things can make us respect ourselves way more and feel better and more confident about ourselves. Number 23, schedule time to think. A lot of times we have problems that come up and we're trying to multitask. We're trying to do so many things at once. Scheduling actual time to think is going to allow us to, you know what, I'm going to solve this problem now and I'm going to worry about that one later, but not just pushing it off indefinitely, which can come back to bite us. And then we have all this stress and anxiety at night when we're trying to go to bed. Schedule actual time to think about your issues. That way you can focus on problem solving in 1 minute and then doing the next. Otherwise, it all just gets jumbled and nothing gets done. Number 24, creative outlets are an essential part of a fulfilled life. Whether that's drawing, acting, painting, filmmaking, whatever that is for somebody, having something creative accesses pieces of the mind that is so important to cultivate. Learning new things, keeping an open mind, never mind creativity, can bring us more peace and ground us. Because people who have creative outlets recognize that it makes them feel deeply fulfilled when they're able to create something. Humans have always had an innate desire to create, and it's so important that we don't let that spark die. Last but not least, number 25, sometimes you have to be a cowboy. Sometimes in life, you got to embody the spirit of the cowboy. When you embody the spirit of the cowboy, you recognize that sometimes you just need to saddle up and enjoy the ride. We don't have control over what's going to happen. We don't know the outcome. And sometimes life can feel like the Wild West because sometimes life will get crazy. That's just the nature of it. That's the nature of the beast. And learning to roll with the punches and adapt and overcome and sometimes needing to improvise. That's going to be the way to maintain our cool throughout the crazy year ahead. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments what lessons you've learned this past year. Click here for more life-changing content, and remember to hit life on all cylinders.